Hello, ravers and music lovers of all ages. My name is Brawlerz, and I'm an electronic dance music channel here on YouTube, Rumble, and Minds.com. Just giving you a quick intro of what I am doing. And with this particular video, I want to be covering an important topic that for many could be swept under the radar, but this is something that needs to be addressed for everyone that is involved in any type of industry and in any type of knowledge and affiliations or personal relationships with someone that is inside the music industry or someone who is well known in certain areas of the entertainment world. We're going to jump immediately into the main topic for this video, and who am I going to be addressing? It's going to be none other than Dion Timmer. For those that do know Dion Timmer, he needs no introduction, but for those that do not know, he is a youngster of an electronic dance music producer, DJ, performer. This guy has an incredible discography, and he is well known within the dubstep community, along with having a little bit of a melodic side within his style of EDM. Within this video, however, we are not going to be discussing the type of work that Dion Timmer has been giving to the entire EDM world, as his career is still going forward and is still going to continue going forward. However, it seems like this could have been all halted and if not permanently deleted by just one accusation and by knowing someone for less than 24 hours. What am I discussing about? Let's take a look into his official social media page on the Instas. Just me looking at the Insta alone was enough for me to think of bringing this to attention for more than just people who scroll on through and reading it briefly, that do not take the time to look into these accusations and hear of someone who has been silent, but he decides that he's not going to stay silent any longer. And the picture goes as follows. After almost 2 years of threats and harassment, I need to share the facts about the lies, gaslighting, and abuse perpetrated by
Ashton Goet,
and why those I love, and I won't stay silent any longer. Within his official page on his Insta, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be on his Facebook page and on his Bluebird page, he gives a statement link that anybody can go into and see for his or herself. Now, I am looking at the screenshot right now. There's going to be an OBS recording very soon as I am activating this thing right now. I will give a brief little description as to what I have read and some of the images that I have seen for Dion Timmer defending his side of the story. It briefly goes as he met someone within 2019 before the pandemic hit, and with the linking of these two individuals, it was less than 24 hours of these two knowing each other. With Dion and Ashton, they decided to hang out for a bit, and consensual sex was initiated within both parties. As long as two members are into an agreement with doing something, there should not be a problem. However, within the time frame of after meeting up, this is where the rigorous text messaging and the demanding of having and wanting more attention came from this particular female. I'm not going to mention her name because, in my opinion, she doesn't deserve to even have her name mentioned, but it is crazy of how Dion mentions this individual's name for the fact that I know that this person is nothing but a scumbag. So we're going to continue on forward with me having the recording underway. And as you can see, this a good amount of pages from Dion Timmer as I am scrolling down just a little bit faster than usual with how he has evidence wrapped up and gathered up for this document defending his side of the story. And as I read the text messages, it is so ridiculous of how there are people in this world that would push themselves to try and destroy someone for just one simple action when you are not at fault. Here in the United States, you could be the good guy and you would still be in trouble and you would still need to face consequences. As a matter of fact, jumping away from this topic, I was watching a certain video with how a 40-year-old woman engaged in sexual activity with a 20-year-old male. Both were at consent, and after the actions that she did, she wanted to file for a police report claiming that this 20-year-old sexually assaulted. And it is just so stupid with how people can manipulate others just for their own personal gain, just because they made a decision that they weren't thinking twice or even thrice at the moment. And just for you to pull something off like this, it is absolutely freaking ridiculous. And some of the text messages, going back into the topic of Dion Timmer and this particular woman, she mentioned some of the actions that she wanted to do, but I will not state them here because of how sensitive YouTube is. All of which, everything was fake, just so she can gain personal clout and a personal following for the actions that she decided to do with Dion Timmer. And if Dion Timmer continued staying silent about this, he could have been taken to court. And if he didn't have any of this type of information to back up his side of the story, definitely would have been taken to court, and he would have been permanently deleted from social media. And it just sickens me. There are people in this world that will want to do this type of shit to hardworking producers, hardworking individuals that want to give something unique. And in this case, Dion Timmer giving his music to the electronic dance music universe. And some of these text messages are so freaking long that even as I was brainstorming with this video, I'm not even going to read of all of this. And just to know of how ridiculous it goes, so far as this woman creating fake accounts and bragging about it on social media to advertise and pay for these advertisements to go out and to show how Dion Timmer is just an abuser. She went as far as to attack his personal management, his entire circle of friends in the electronic dance music world, and not only that, within his own personal family and his former girlfriend. What type of a mindset do you have, woman? Seriously, you needed to create multiple accounts so you can just see this guy burn in a fire and his entire social media to be eradicated from the existence of the internet. There is a saying that within everything that I've seen so far, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Yes, but actions speak louder than words. Granted, I will give Dion Timmer just this slight little critique and take from this because you have far more game than myself, especially from someone who is older than Dion Timmer. That was a move that you did back then. However, you had to be a little more careful with who you decide to be with, to hang out with, and even sleep with. That's why I highly recommend next time you gotta get a little bit of protection. But it's unfortunate that with this woman, she ended up thinking later on down the line, what I did wasn't okay, and I'm gonna use social media against this person, target everyone in his circle, and mentally ruin him. But the DMs just kept hitting Dion Timmer to the point where even lies were said. The biggest one, she claims that she was pregnant, but in reality, she never was. And to top it all off, she would continue to harass everybody within Dion Timmer's circle and him personally with the multiple accounts that she even proudly mentioned and bragged on within the social media world. It is a dangerous world out there within the social media platform. Everybody that goes in there at these times practically has to know this knowledge. You are going to be guilty until proven innocent when it comes to stepping into the social media world. And with these type of actions, if Dion Timmer didn't come out with his side of the evidence, as I mentioned earlier, his career could have been done. There are some real scumbags out there in this world, and they come from all walks of life. Whenever the term, "now I see your true colors," I normally do not accept that term because everyone has bright colors and dark colors. And it seems to me that with this individual, she has shown not only her dark colors, but her true colors, targeting Dion Timmer and trying to accuse him of being an abuser and so on and so forth. With me in this case, it seems like this was a double-edged sword. She has played into her own trap. Now Dion Timmer exposing not only her full name, but what this individual had intended to do with Dion Timmer and whatnot. That'll be it for me. If Dion Timmer ends up hearing this video by any random chance, we as the EDM community, we got your back. And just as another electronic dance music content creator and amateur DJ and producer saying, keep at it with your music. I did hear the new song that you did with Excision, but I'm going to take a look into it again if I really want to snag that song for myself. Thanks again for your hard work, and I'm glad that you rounded up this evidence just so you can be safe on your side of the line. As I mentioned earlier, there are some real trash human beings on this planet, and with this woman trying to bring down Dion Timmer is a perfect example of one of those trash human beings. And with that woman, she does not deserve to have anybody in her circle to know as friends, because there are people who will want to use just about everybody within their reach to his or her advantage and to gain themselves up on top and just leave everybody behind. Stay safe out there, ravers. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for giving this video a chance. Feel free to come on down and follow me on my social medias. They're going to be in the EDM box below. But know that if you made it from beginning to... You know what? I'm not going to edit that part out. If you made it from beginning to end, that's enough for me to say thank you for giving my content a chance. Lastly, keep listening, stay safe, and rave on. Last note, I was working on my intro, my new intro for this video, but since this important topic needed to be addressed, I just dropped what I was doing and I decided to make this. Keep listening, stay safe, and rave on.